Welcome back. This is Business Central. Now tonight we're taking a special focus on how you as an entrepreneur can access capital. But first let's have a look at the Cope Bank moment. Home ownership is one of Kenya's biggest development challenges, and that's because the gap between demand and supply of housing has been widening over the years, driving up house prices beyond the reach of prospective homeowners. Thankfully, though, one initiative that has been born out of the need to bridge that gap is a first home project located approximately 15 kilometers from Nairobi's central business district along Mombasa Road.
We discovered that there's a market that is uncatered for. Yes, it's unique in many ways. I think it's the first in the country where you can get a house for 1 million. And the other unique thing is the target market. Usually people don't think of guys who have just left college, and that's what we are looking at.
The first home project, which comprises of 220 mixed-type apartments priced at between 1 million shillings to 2.5 million shillings. The apartments range from 2-bedroom apartments, 1-bedroom apartments and studio apartments. All apartments have Wi-Fi connection. Mushiri Waititu, a director of Adventi's In-House Africa, which is offering technical support to the first home project, explains the thinking behind the apartment's design.
We've gone very deep into even profiling the kind of person we are looking for. Somebody who was straight out of college, 26 years, all the way till about 32 years of age, probably is already working.
Cooperative Bank, through its Good Home Mortgage product, is giving full backing to the developer and also offering personal mortgages to the end consumer for purchase of the units.
We can give a loan of up to 10 years, 15 years or 20 years, depending on the need of an individual. We are looking at numbers that start from maybe 15, 16, 17,000 per month, which could be equivalent to the rent that somebody is paying.
The choice of roping in Cooperative Bank into the project couldn't have been better, according to its developer.
Currently, even as per the current survey by House Consult, they are second lowest in terms of interest, where they are charging 15.75. So, and they are offering these to us and to the end users.
50 sales have been closed so far ahead of the actual groundbreaking of First Homes project next month. Going by this indication, Cope Bank's head of mortgage finance expects this project to mark a watershed in the provision of affordable housing for young individuals in need of a first home.
If we achieve this, we believe this can also increase the number of people who are able to take up homes, and at another stage, and 3, affordable, in that it does not constitute much of their income. It could be even equivalent to the rent that they are paying.
An outlook that makes today's Cope Bank moment. Irene Wanjiku is a lady in her late 20s who ventured into a business that is known to be the stable of men. She set up Rex Roofing Products and even managed to clinch a deal as a local distributor of a multinational company. Let's find out her story on Women in Business.
I worked before for a firm where I was in construction, and because of the exposure, I was in charge of the marketing team. I got a lot of exposure from clients, and I could see that there is actually a lot of potential, and the market for building materials, especially the roofing materials, is quite wide. It cannot be exhausted. No matter how many companies come in, it's a wide market. And I realized the biggest problem that people were facing, since I was also in direct contact with the clients, were where to source for these materials. Would they serve the purpose? Were they unique enough? So basically I looked into all those aspects, and that is where I got the idea of coming up with a company for the roofing products and waterproofing materials. I didn't even have the funds that were required to start the business. I approached one of my business partners right now and a family member, and they were more than willing, after they had my idea, to be partners. The company is a limited company, therefore we drew up all the necessary documentations and we kicked it off from there. However, even that was not enough because you need quite a good capital to be able to supply these materials. And I was happy because of the confidence with my clients, because I would tell them we are importing, however, this product is yet to come here, but you would make a commitment, and they were more than willing to do that. Capital was in the range of Kenya shillings 3 million. Our products are all backed by the necessary guarantees, which we ask our clients, even before they can purchase our products, to go through them and say if that is what is suitable for them. We have warranties ranging from 25 years, yet the lifespan is up to 50 years of our products. They've been tested. We have certifications. Therefore, the quality we offer comes first. The opportunities that we feel we've not still tapped into is the East Africa region. We are yet to do much more marketing in those countries because we know for sure that there is a lot of business coming up in South Sudan and of course Tanzania, Uganda. We need to tap into those opportunities. That's what we are looking towards doing. I would say the future looks very bright from where we are looking at it from. Reason being, we already currently working on a lot of projects that have come up, and these are big projects, and we are grateful that we are getting these opportunities. So we are only looking into doing more volumes, huge volumes, and the market is there. Therefore, future is bright. In construction, 90% of the clients and 90% of the stakeholders are definitely up to now male, and they tend to really wonder, can you deliver? So they would have to be confident, and two, they would have to keep their word. If you tell the client this product will serve you in this manner, do not lie. Just promise what you know you can deliver. And once that happens, then the business will just flow in. You'll not find all these stereotypes, because important is, even though somebody looks at you, you're a woman, yes, might you be able to do this? And you actually show them, because it's actions that at the end of the day will matter. Most of my clients may not even know who is the face behind Rexy, because they've been happy enough with what we've been able to deliver. So I say consistency is key, honesty, and that goes as well as keeping your word.
Now, one of the biggest challenges facing entrepreneurs is access to capital. So how do you make your business idea or your project attractive enough to funding institutions? And what do you do when the bank says no? To talk more about this is John Mbetsa, an expert in trade support services from Kipro Consulting Group. Thank you so much for joining us. First things first, where do I start? How do I make my project viable enough to attract, say, a bank?
Bankability basically is a proposal that has got is profitable. Can have a sustainable revenue generation, prospective, and of course having some element of collateral, because banks won't just give you money without collateral. Young people have a major problem when it comes to startup finance, raising finance. So banks are not very happy with, or rather very much willing to go into business startups. Very few banks would do that.
So if the banks are not able to fund a project or a business idea, what other options are available?
And, some of them, of course, include family. One could have a rich uncle somewhere who would actually give them money to be able to set off a good business idea. We have venture capitalists who, if an idea is really good and they can be able to see that they can get something out of it, it is possible for them to also to fund such kind of startups. We also have got business angels. Business angels are people who would be able to take up good ideas that would turn up into, a large business, as it were.
Now, one of the entrepreneurs that we spoke to within the program told us his difficult experience trying to get funding from banks. So what do banks look for?
Character of the person, issues about the credit, and issues of collateral. So those are the three issues that banks would want to look at. They want to know what sort of character you are, if you have any kind of stability factors, if you have any kind of connections, if you've run accounts with them before, how have you run those accounts, have they been good accounts in terms of not going into excesses without arrangements and things like that. So that tell a lot about the character of the person who is actually borrowing. The other issue of credit is now looking at the viability really of the entire proposal or business venture that you want to get into. Because the bank would be very much interested in, for example, it would look at two aspects of the whole issue. There are some financial aspects that it look at, and there are also some non-financial aspects that they would want to look at.
Now, one of the questions we get when we air a program, and this is the 4th edition, is that tell us also about the reality on the ground. Yes, you're encouraging us to start out in business, but we do not have any money to start with. What advice would you have for these people?
If it's a new business, then of course there are no existing financials, and so therefore they would want you to look at the kind of forecasts. What are the expectations of you, or what expectations do you have? How are you going to make your revenues? What are you going to spend? What is the timing of those revenues, incomes and expenditure? What's the timing, And what is the lowest ebb? And that's probably what you would be determining exactly how much you are going to go for.
Well, and that does it for tonight's edition of K24 Business Central, where we took a special focus on how entrepreneurs can access funding. Remember to engage with us on Twitter on @K24BizCentral and @TerryAnchibet. On Facebook, we are at K24 Business Central. Join us again next week, same time, because we are the last word in business.
Business Central in association with LPO Finance from Cooperative Bank.
Introducing LPO Finance from the Cooperative Bank. Now you can get up to 80% of the value on your LPO without requiring security. The Cooperative Bank. We are you.